What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since last time I posted. Had a lot going on lately, plus I'm terrible at posting. So today's video has to do with what everybody's calling Snowmageddon 2019, which basically is the media blowing everything up more than it should be because they got nothing better to do, and it drives me nuts. But all this snow has given me lots and lots of chances, especially going to and from work, to go drive in the snow in my Kia Sportage. So honestly, I never thought that I would get a Kia Sportage. I've always hated Kias. They used to make real crappy cars, but over the past few years, really, they've stepped up their game, not just with styling, but also with the performance features of the cars themselves. The Kia Sportage, it comes all-wheel drive. There's an all-wheel drive lock option on there. When you don't have that on, it has primarily rear-wheel drive, and then it kicks in. But I like to drive around with mine locked into all-wheel drive, especially out here in the snow. Actually, I was kind of upset at first when it snowed, because I like to have fun when I drive. I like to go spin in circles in parking lots because it's fun, and why not? So I turned off traction control, which turning off traction control in any new car is a joke. And I also flipped it in sport mode, which gives me better handling as well as better throttle response and better braking as well. And I tried going and spinning around in a parking lot, but it just didn't work because this car, it just wants to have traction. It wants to hold its ground. So I've had absolutely no issues driving my Kia out in the snow. It's worked phenomenally, and I'm actually really pleased with how it performs. There's a lot of hills over where I live, and one of the biggest fears for a lot of people when there's hills is, like in the snow, one of the biggest fears for people in the snow is going up that hill, but slowing down and eventually sliding backwards. It's scary. So today, there's one hill that leads right up to my apartment that I haven't taken since it's gotten icy, because I live in Washington, and so what happens is we get the snow, and then the plows, they come through generously and they scrape away all that snow. The only problem is they leave a layer of moisture on the ground, which refreezes and turns to ice. So unless they're throwing sand and salt out, which typically they aren't, you're getting a whole lot of ice wherever you go. So I've been avoiding this hill, but for you guys and for my own curiosity, really, we're gonna take it up the hill and we're gonna see how it does. I've already gone up and down a bunch of other hills today, and it's been no problem. Obviously, when you're going up a hill or down a hill, don't be stupid. Like, be safe, go slow, and really pay attention to what you're doing. Otherwise, you're gonna spin out, you're gonna do something stupid, and we don't want that. So with this having a semi-low center of gravity and it being all-wheel drive and the weight being better distributed than all those trucks out there, I don't see why it would have any issues going up the hill. I mean, I don't have winter tires on here. They're the stock tires from the dealership. Honestly, don't even remember what brand they are. But all I know is I've had no problems with them whatsoever. So from what I've seen, I would highly recommend, if you are somewhere where there's a lot of snow, or if you're forced to go out in the snow when you got to go to work and you're nervous, if you don't have an all-wheel drive car, besides the fact that all around they're great cars to have, I highly recommend getting one. There's so many stupid drivers out there on the roads, and I avoid them like the plague because I can control what I do in the snow. But these other people, I can't control them, and they're the ones that are doing stupid stuff. So it helps to have a car that can handle what you're gonna do. And which brings me to the next point, is all you stupid drivers in your trucks, you're wheel drive. I can't speak, I can't do English. You are rear wheel drive. You have no weight in the back end, so you're going to spin your tires because you don't have the weight to hold all that power. You're gonna slide. So just because you have this big lifted truck doesn't mean you should be driving out there in the snow. I've seen more trucks out on the side of the road than I have cars. And I have a truck. I'm just not driving it out in this because it's safer for me to be in this all-wheel drive car. So this is the hill that I was talking about. It's been plowed. It's not crazy steep at first. We just came from a stop sign, and when you're in the snow, the worst thing you really can do is stop. So if you can avoid stopping, definitely avoid it. Just coast, cruise, whatever you can to keep your traction going. But as we get towards the top of the hill, that's where the steepness kicks in. And I am really not worried about this at all. I mean, it looks steeper from my perspective than it will from yours, but I'm doing 30-ish right now going up this hill. There's no slipping at all. Traction control hasn't had to kick in, and it's working phenomenally. So all in all, besides the capabilities that it has when you're driving regularly, sorry, had to, spin through something. So besides the capabilities it has just driving regularly, its snow capabilities are honestly impressive. It still is not gonna top Subaru. Subaru is amazing with their all-wheel drive capabilities, but it is gonna get you where you need to go. So that's all I have on this. I just really wanted to share this with you and wanted to let you guys know you need to still stay safe out there. But if you are looking for a low budget all-wheel drive car with low maintenance, the 2018 Kia Sportage is definitely a great way to go. Alright guys, see you in the next video. Stay safe out there.